Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Loving Little Learners. This video is going to show you guys how you can create really fun, cute slides within Google Slide to present to your students using Google Classroom. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So normally when we're using Google Slides, all of the options have us create something that's very boring, very plain, just like this one here. But lately on the internet, we've been seeing these really cute, fun slides that look like this, or this, or this, or even this. And we are wondering how are they doing that within Google Slides? How are they transforming their slides to look so fun? So I'm going to show you exactly how right now, and we are going to work together to recreate this slide here. Okay. I have a trick to do this, and it's really easy. The trick is to go ahead and create your slide and your presentation within Microsoft PowerPoint, and then go ahead and transfer over into Google Slide. Okay, so when you're in Microsoft PowerPoint, you have access to all of the fonts that you've downloaded to your computer. So I'm going to show you how you can go ahead and do that. And if you don't have any fonts downloaded, I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So let's go ahead and recreate this slide together. I'm going to choose new slide so we can start from scratch. And I'm going to just go ahead and get rid of all of these text blocks that come with it. So first things first, I need to add some text. So like I said, you're going to choose really cute fonts. And if you don't have any fonts yet, you can go to the internet to dafont.com. That's DAFONT.com. And they have thousands of free fonts that you can just grab right from this page. You can go ahead and look at these different categories. There's fancy, script. You can have like comic, different fonts. So really look around, but I'm going to go ahead and look in cartoon right now and just look for one that I like. Once I find one that I like this avocado creamy one, I just go ahead and go to download here. Once I download, it's going to come up in my download bar, and I'm just going to click on it to open it. It should open up in either a zip folder or a folder that looks like this. If it's in a zip, just double click it and it will transform into a folder. Once you see your blue folder, you'll just click, and you're going to either click on one of the fonts that end in OTF or TTF, okay? Double click, and then you'll press here where it says install font. Once you install font, it's going to go ahead and you'll say, yes, installed the checked font, and it will come up on your computer's font system here. And these are all the different fonts that you can choose from on your computer when you're using Microsoft PowerPoint or Word or Excel, anything like that. So that's how you get those cute fonts. Once you have the fonts that you want to use, go ahead and go back to your PowerPoint, and you're going to start by creating a text box. So on your toolbar here, go to text box and just drag one open and write in the text that you want. So I'm going to write personal because we're writing personal narrative. And it's a good tool or a good thing to do when you are going to separate each of your words, because it allows you to customize them individually. So once I have my text written out, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it so that I can change the size. So once I highlight it, I'm going to come up here to the size bar and type in the size that I want, which is 70. I'm going to drag my text box to make it a little bigger and then highlight again. I want to choose the font. So I'm going to go over here to the drop down bar, and I can go look through all of the different fonts that I have on my computer, or I can simply go out and just type in the font that I want. I know I want Unicorn Dancing. So I'm going to go ahead and it changes to the font, and I'm going to just spin it so that it's a little more customized and move it to the corner. Once I have it where I want to give it some different effects. So highlight once again, go to the top toolbar and go to shape format. You guys can pause me at any time if I'm going too fast. So once you're in shape format, it's going to open up another toolbar, and you'll see this toolbar in the middle here. We want to go to the right. The right side are effects that we can make with our text. So I want to go to this little glowing A, where that is my text effects box, and go ahead and click it, go to shadow, and choose which shadow I want. This chooses a different direction that your shadow will come out. And I like to do that because it just makes it pop a little more than normal. Okay, so now it's time to write the word narrative. So I'm going to go ahead and do a text box again, write the word narrative, highlight my text, change the size. I'm going to do 150 that time, make it bigger, and highlight once again to choose my font. I am going to go with this font called Sunrise International Demo. That was really cute to me. And once I have it there, I can go ahead and highlight it, and I can change the color of all of the font, or I can go ahead and change the color of one font at a time. So I'm gonna go do blue. I want this to have like a pastel theme. So I'm gonna do blue, pink, orange, green, and then repeat. Blue, pink, orange, green, blue. It's always a little harder to get that last one, but super quick, super simple. And this word narrative, although it's different colors, it's still looking pretty plain. So I want to go ahead and highlight it again, go back to shape format, and again, go to the right side of this bar and go to my text effects. From here, I want to give it a shadow. Let's choose this shadow. And you see how it like stands out, it pops out from the page now. And I also want to give it a reflection. So I can go back to text effects and go down to reflection. And I want to choose just a really simple light reflection that's touching my letters. That looks like that. Okay, so now I want to move it behind the word personal because I want it to be layered. So once I click on my text box, I can go here to the arrange area where I can send backwards. And once I send it backwards, I can move it behind my word personal so that now it looks a little more layered. Okay, and that just helps to make it look customized. So in my example, I have a notebook here. So what I did was I just opened up a Google internet browser and typed in notebook page transparent, found one that I liked that didn't have any lines. I'm gonna go ahead and right click, copy image, and then paste that image within my document. Turn it around, move it to the side, make it bigger, and voila. Now your students have a notebook to write on. Okay, the last thing that I have is this little call out box or speech bubble. And you can do that by going back to your toolbar, going to shapes, and scrolling down to this call out section. They have rectangular call outs or oval call outs. I'm gonna choose an oval. And you just go ahead and drag it to how big you like it and move it around. Now you're going to click and go back to shape format. We're here, now I'm gonna work on the left side of this bar because instead of editing the text or giving text effects, I want to give shape effects. So I'm gonna get rid of the fill color because I want it empty. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose a outline color, okay? Once I chose my outline, I think it's a little too thin, so I can go back to this drop-down menu and go to weight and choose a thicker line. Okay. Also, when you're using callouts, they have this little orange square that allows you to move the direction of your callout where it's coming from. Okay. So you can move it as if it's coming from the corner. And I also want to give this a shadow. So if I go here, this is my shape effects, and I can click and give it a shadow just like I did with my text. Okay. So now I want to add a prompt here. For my students, and I don't want to use the font that is in Google Slide again because it's not as fun. So I'm going to do another text box right here and write in why I chose this story. Okay, Command E to center it, or you can just go ahead and use center up here. And I want to highlight to change the text or the font again. Go back to my font, and I like this KG Beneath Your Beautiful font. And I'm going to make it a little bigger so that the kids can read it and move it up. I can also go ahead and give this a font, a shadow as well by going back and following those same steps I just followed before. So this is exactly how you make this slide that I had made. And on my next video, I'm going to show you how to make a Meet the Teacher slideshow because a lot of people are wondering how you can do the font like this that you've been seeing. So right now, with the personal narrative, I need to go ahead and insert that into my Google Slides because right now it's in PowerPoint and I can't get it to my students. So what you'll do is go to File up on the top, go to Export, and from Export, you'll go down where it says File Format, go to PNG or JPEG. If you choose PNG, this is going to be a little better quality. It's a lot more crisp, but JPEG is a smaller file format. So if you don't have a lot of room on your computer, choose JPEG. If you do, always choose PNG. And then it's going to give me the option to save every slide in my slideshow or just the current slide. Right now, I just want the current slide, and I'm going to name it Narrative Slide. Make sure you save it where you can find it so you're not looking around and going crazy. So I'm going to save it on my desktop and export. And now I need to go to Google Slides. So if I go ahead and go open up my Chrome browser, I can go ahead and open up another tab and choose the little waffle here on the right. That will give you access to all your Google apps, and scroll down and go to Slides. Once I'm in Slides, I'm going to open up a blank presentation. And I want to go ahead and get rid of all of the text boxes that come along with this presentation. And the trick is to make it so that your students can't move anything around, is to click here on the word background. Once you click on background, go to choose image, and you want to upload a file. And I'm going to go ahead to my desktop and choose that file that we just created. Okay, once I choose it, I'm going to go to done. And now it's here right in my Google Slides presentation, and my students can't move it. So now you need something for your students to do, to work on, if this is going to be an interactive page. So I'm going to go to text box and drag a text box over the size of my workbook. And I'm going to go ahead and change my font. I really like this Happy Monkey one. And tell my students to insert your personal narrative here. Okay, so now they know that they can type in this box, and I'm going to follow the same steps to choose the text box and do the same here. So insert your Y here. And now they know that these are text boxes that they can go ahead and write inside of. And I'm going to change the font to match. And there you go. That is your work page for your students to go ahead and write their personal narrative as well as their why. And I'm going to show you how to put it in Google Classroom. So let's save this as my personal narrative as the title. And I'm going to open up my Google Classroom. Here's my Google Classroom, and I'm going to go to classwork, create assignment. From there, I'm going to go ahead and give it a title, my personal narrative. You can go ahead and add your instructions, your points, your due date, time, etc. Also your rubric here. But right now, I'm going to show you how to insert your personal narrative slideshow. So go here to the add button and click on Google Drive. Because you've made this in Google Slides, it automatically saves to your Google Drive, and it's going to go find your most recent. And so that's this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert it into my Google Slides, and I'm going to go change right here where it says students can view file, and I'm going to change it to make a copy for each student. This way, everyone has their own individual copy, and they are not writing and removing each other's work. So once I'm done, I'm going to go to assign. And once you assign it, you'll see it in your classroom feed right here. Okay. And then you can just have it open up to the Google slideshow that you just made for your students. And again, they can't move anything around except for the 2 text boxes that you put in. Okay. So that's exactly how you would make a cute, fun, interactive slideshow for your students in Google Slides and put it inside of Google Classroom for them. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to make a Meet the Teacher slide like this with these outline texts. And so I really hope that you guys like this tutorial. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, Loving Little Learners, for more. and stay tuned for this next video. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the link to have this own personal narrative document. And I'm also going to go ahead and link all of my social media below so that you guys could stay tuned for all of my videos to come. Okay, thank you.